Hi, this is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are wrapping up this topic today of speaking about how to become intelligent negotiator, what it takes to become an intelligent negotiator. And these are purely characteristics of great negotiators and intelligent negotiators. And I want to develop you, an ordinary young man, into an extraordinary man of wisdom, integrity, and character. And we want to develop you into a very intelligent negotiator as a young man. And life is about negotiations, and I think you know that as well. In many areas in your life, you're going to need to negotiate your way in or your way out, because that's very important that you know how to negotiate in life. And this is the reason that we've brought this nuggets on the platform, to make you aware that you need actually this type of nuggets to use them in negotiating in every sphere of your life, and that will help you as you go along. The first thing that I want to put on the table today as things that you need to consider in order to become an intelligent negotiator. The first one is you need to resist resist any commitment. We have said that, but I want us to bring about, you need to prioritize lasting relationships. You need to prioritize lasting relationships. Now, many people are actually moving from one relationship to another. We're not talking about intimate relationships. So here we speak about many other relationships, like your business relationships. We're speaking about your friendship relationships. We're talking about different types of relationships. There are those people that never become loyal to anyone. There are those people that never relate with anyone a bit too long. Because if you don't relate with people longer, you're going to relate with no one. So therefore, you'll have nobody that trusts you. You'll have nobody that you can trust yourself either. And this is very important. And I want to put it on the table for you as a young man, that relationships are very important, because we need people in our lives. We cannot operate solo. We cannot operate in isolation. We cannot live our lives by ourselves alone. And this is the reason why everyone was born in a family. You grow up in a family because you need a relationship in the family structure that will spill out to the community and grow into relationships with many other people outside. And this is very important, because no one can live as an island. And God has created it that way, and that's the reason why it is very important that we emphasize the fact that it is key that you prioritize lasting relationships. And why you prioritize the lasting relationships is because trust is built on long-lasting relationships. And I've said that nobody will trust you. You will trust no one if you don't have lasting relationships, because people trust you over time. You don't actually say to people, please trust me. No, people observe you over time, and they can decide whether to trust you or not. So trust then matters more than immediate wins, because there are times when people come and they want to relate with you just because there's something that they want. You want to relate with somebody because there's something that you want to gain out of them. There's something that you want to win from them. And that is a wrong way of doing things. So please, as a young man, please make a long trusting relationships, that when you negotiate, it becomes more easier to negotiate with people that you know better. It becomes more easier to negotiate with people that you trust as well, because the higher the trust, the more chances of any negotiation to succeed. And this is very important. And that is why in relationships, maybe intimate relationships, as a young man, I always advise you as well that if you want to relate with someone, even if you want to be intimate with someone, please be their friend first. Let them trust you. Let them know who you are. Let them understand you as well. And you find that when they understand you, they know you. Maybe you want to marry someone and they know you, and they've learned you. They know how you behave, how you relate, and so on. It is actually saving a better chance of you actually getting somebody who trusts you, and somebody who will actually enhance that relationship of yours to become even more longer. And that's very important that we emphasize that. So please don't just hit and run. Please don't just become selfish and want to some wins and gains from other people and don't want to attach to them. So make sure that you relate with people and have longer relationship that has established trust in it, because when it is, then negotiations then become more better in that regard. So it is very important that we prioritize what we call lasting relationships, because trust matters more than just immediate wins, and this is very, very important. Now, secondly, we want to say you need to interpret today language well. You need to interpret also body language well. You need to interpret even some cues of or how people behave well, and behaviors of people, you need to interpret them well. So because if you fail to interpret the things well, you fail to interpret body language well, you fail to interpret anything well, you're going to have a problem of misinterpretation. And when you misinterpret, you're going to respond with a wrong response. And we have said this several times in these lessons, and I want you to be aware of that as a young man. That please, the interpretation of body language is very key. You need to interpret it well, because otherwise you're going to really have a big task of actually finding things to be in the wrong way. There are times when you think that somebody's angry with you, while they're actually happy, but they don't look happy according to your interpretation, but you interpreted it wrong. And there are people that interpret also when others are speaking, you interpret them to be gossiping about you. And that's a wrong interpretation, and you find that they're speaking about something else. And sometimes also people behave a certain way, you interpret it in your own way, which is wrong. And when you interpret wrongly, you're basically going to get a wrong outcome. And that's very dangerous, because you might actually take it negatively while there was no negativity around it at all. So the body language of people must be interpreted appropriately. So non-verbal cues in life, they unveil hidden motives, we know that. But when they are misinterpreted, then they are going to give you a wrong interpretation and wrong results. So this is actually very important, that as much as they give you cues of the type of hidden motives that one might have, when you look at their body language, when you look at and how they behave, the signs that they show towards you, they might speak volumes. They might mean a lot of things that if you don't misinterpret, you might actually get a gain out of it. But when you misinterpret, it might be destroying everything, and you might not be able to negotiate any further, because you would have destroyed the whole thing by misinterpreting the non-verbal cues. And that's very important. Now, interpreting verbal cues is actually going with the long-lasting relationships. As we have said, that the more used you are to an individual, the more actually acquainted you are to individuals, the more you understand actually even non-verbal behavior. When they are angry, you would know, even when they don't say it. When they are happy, you would know, even when they don't say it with their mouth, because you would have mastered their body language, you would have mastered their body cues as very important, because you would actually interpret them right at all times and never go amiss with that. So that's very important, that you interpret body language very, very well, because if you don't, you're going to actually find yourself misinterpreting, and you're going to actually come up to wrong conclusion about it, as I've said earlier. Now, the last thing that we want to wrap up this topic about today, and we say you want to become an intelligent negotiator, what you need is you need to know when to walk away. You need to know when to walk away. Because many times we are in relationships that we should have walked away a long time ago. Sometimes we are in negotiations and we're talking to people that would have actually walked away a long time ago. Some of the negotiations are just not going to bear results. And you should actually study that and be able to discern. Study that and be able to see the body cues and body language and interpret it appropriately, and know appropriately when to walk away and when to still stick around. And because the inappropriation of timing here could actually be detrimental to the situation completely, where you are actually walking away at the time where you were supposed to stick around a little bit because the negotiation was going to bear results. and you walk away. But there are times when you are actually sticking too long. While you're supposed to walk away, you delay your walk away because you don't know the appropriate time to walk away. And that's very important, that you start to learn how the appropriation of when to walk away. And when you master the time or the timing of walking away and when to walk away, I'm telling you now, you're going to see success in many things that you do. So confidence in their worth keeps it honest. And when you have got confidence in your worth, in how much your value is, and you have got confidence in that, so you will actually, what you would do, you would walk away at the right time. You would know that you're confident about that. You know that you've made a right decision by walking away at that particular time. Very, very important. So it's worth, and your worth, when you know that your worth is, it keep you honest all the time, because you know, this is my worth. I cannot go further than this. And there are some negotiations, and of course, that are bringing some dodgy behaviors like bribery and so on. And you know when to walk away. And when you walk away from that, you keep your integrity, you protect your individual character as well. And what it does, it actually garners respect. People will respect you for walking away from deals that are dodgy. And that's very important, because then you need to know when then to walk away. You need to know then when to stick around, because that will make you to become an honest person in the midst of individuals you're negotiating with. I want to end up here today, your host, Micornus Phokane. I'm the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum, and we are a setup where we're developing ordinary young men into extraordinary men of wisdom, integrity, and character. And we do this through kingdom principles. And I believe that you've learned quite a bit. And please visit our social media platforms, our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please don't forget to follow us there. And the good Lord will bless you as you do that. But I also want to urge you to follow us on our TikTok account as well. Is under Micornus Phokane. Make sure that you click a like on it as well, notification buttons as well, so that you may be notified when we have posted a video of this kind. There's our YouTube channel as well under Young Men Empowerment Forum. We want to urge you, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, click notification button, and make sure that you also share our social media platforms with your friends, with your colleagues, with your loved ones all over the place. It might be your family as well. The good Lord will bless you as you do that. And allow me to check out right here and say, till we meet again with another great topic, may the good Lord bless you, and cheers for now.